As the 4th of July nears, concerns about how tariffs are impacting firework prices are rising. I'm Samantha Walker, and coming up, I speak with a local store about how they're handling the situation.
Plus, the Pittsburgh Public Library's plan to last another century. And the Carthage Humane Society wants to keep your pets safe for the holiday and beyond.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The fireworks industry says tariffs are having a big impact on their business. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. Last year, Americans spent more than $2 billion on fireworks for the 4th of July season. But as KOAM's Samantha Walker reports, tariffs on Chinese goods are adding stress to the booming business.
Some Americans wait all year to make a boom on the 4th of July, but according to the American Pyrotechnics Association, roughly 95% of all fireworks come from China, and with tariffs, that has the potential to really impact prices.
That's what makes the tariff situation right now unique to the fireworks industry, in that we really don't have a domestic alternative, a viable domestic alternative. There's none produced here.
The owners of Central City Fireworks in Joplin say, like everything else, firework prices are impacted by things like inflation. But when tariffs on China were announced, they knew those could have a much bigger impact.
The 30%, that was a little concerning. It went to 50 then, that was even more. When the tariffs went to 145%, that's when panic kind of set in. The United States retailers, wholesalers had to start canceling containers, pausing things, because that's just not an option.
Right now, the tariff on fireworks is around 30%. In 2019, when there were tariff concerns with China, fireworks were excluded from the increased tariffs. That's not the case this time, an issue organizations like the American Pyrotechnics Association are lobbying to change. In a letter to President Trump, the organization says the tariffs will, quote, cripple the hyper-seasonal industry. They go on to say, quote, the fireworks industry is unique, and our request aligns with your commitment to strengthening American businesses while protecting America's patriotic traditions. At Central City, the owners were able to get most of their stock in before tariffs took place.
We did have a small tariff on one of our containers.
But for this year, the business is eating that cost, so customers won't see the impact.
We feel like they come here due to our pricing structure, and we didn't want to lose their trust in that. So we chose, on the tariffs we did pay this year, to take that out of our part. We didn't factor it in whatsoever.
But she says the future still isn't clear for the industry or her business.
The entire industry is concerned about 2026 at this point. And we're hoping to get good news anytime. But right now, I think the next change is going to be August 11th, and we're hoping to get good news then.
For now, she's excited to see the 4 states celebrate.
We have been very happy to see people still coming out, still wanting to celebrate, still wanting to get together with family. And we're hoping that continues.
Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The American Pyrotechnics Association expects record sales for next year's 4th of July because it is the 250th anniversary of U.S. independence. The organization hopes to see a different situation before then. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, temperatures are in the mid-70s. It's been a bit cooler because we had some rain moving through the area, but you can see Joplin is now clear. We do have additional rain chances that are going to continue into the evening. Now, first up, we saw some heavier rain showers, but those are all starting to push out towards the east and die down. But if you take a look over at northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas, we've got more widespread rain and thunderstorms. So out near Grove and into Jay, these are going to continue to push into Seneca, Neosho, Pineville over the next hour and a half. And then we also have just more widespread rain that's going to be making it all the way up to the Joplin area tonight. Now, as we look at our future radar track, you can see how these showers and possible thunderstorms are going to continue to shift into southwestern Missouri by 8-9 p.m. It does move out of the area, but we have additional rain coming in through the morning hours on Saturday, and I'll have all those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Pittsburgh Landmark looks to lay down the foundation for another 100 years in the community. The Pittsburgh Public Library first opened its doors in 1912 after steel industrialist Andrew Carnegie donated $40,000 to the construction of the building. In recent years, it was discovered the foundation of the library had significant settling issues, and now it looks like help is on the way.
This summer, Pitt Foundation is here, and they're installing 20 to 25 steel piers under the northwest corner of the original foundation. So we're hoping that we'll take care of the problem, and the library will be around for generations to come.
The 113-year-old building was one of the few Carnegie libraries with prairie-style architecture. Construction on the foundation started a while ago, and the crew is set to complete the job in the next few weeks. With the July 4th holiday fast approaching and fireworks is soon to light up the sky, the Carthage Humane Society wants to urge pet owners to take extra precautions. To help keep your furry friends safe, they're hosting a special microchipping event tomorrow. Organization says more pets go missing during the 4th of July than any other time of the year.
Enter the information for you. A lot of people, that's where the breakdown is, because they are responsible for entering their information online themselves, and then they get busy or they forget and they don't get registered, which makes the microchip worthless.
This event takes place tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The cost is $20. Well, students at Pittsburgh Community Middle School celebrated a monumental moment this afternoon with their graduation. The Compass Academy Network program educates students across the 4 states and rural communities. Students spend 4 weeks learning everything from leadership skills to civic engagement at no cost to their families. Educators say the skills students learn will shape their future success and stay with them for a lifetime.
About 8 to 2:30 each day, and so they spend the day doing all kinds of different subjects, including creative writing and art and math and decision making, team building, lots of hands-on projects, and so they work through projects individually and as a group, and completing them brought us to this day today. They've grown a lot and get to graduate and celebrate.
After the graduation, students gathered and ate refreshments. Cardinals and Royals both faced interleague rivals. Ben McLeish has a preview coming up in sports, but up next, raising crops for the community.
Special Olympics does more than just powerlifting and track. More on this.
Special Olympics Kansas has long raised the bar for athletic performance and sportsmanship, and now it's raising something else to benefit the community. KOAM's Ty Parks gives us a look at the organization's latest growing effort.
Of our L8 meetings, it was mentioned that Mosaic wanted to do a community garden, teach their patrons to be able to garden by self-sustaining life skills. And so with L8, we were able to get them raised garden beds with the hope within a year that they will be able to take what they have grown down to the farmers market.
Mosaic, L-Heat, and Special Olympics came together to make this possible. They all wanted to make a community garden because
there's so many different things you learn. It's kind of like having a pet. You've got to groom the garden, you need to nurture and feed, water, and make sure that everything does grow.
Aaron Fletcher from Special Olympics knows exactly about why they wanted a garden.
So Special Olympics is more than a track meet, and we do health and wellness, and we have so many great programs for our athletes to stay healthy, learn about nutrition, and just be active in their community.
This teaches more than how to garden and take care of the soil.
I hope to see from the raised beds is for the patients of Mosaic to be able to learn that self-autonomy, the responsibility, and be able to be so proud of themselves to be able to grow these vegetables and say, I grew this from a seed, take it, have it. This was mine, now it's yours.
These organizations are growing more than apples and bananas. They're growing better citizens. In Pittsburgh, Kansas, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
In addition to the service Special Olympics Kansas provides for the state, Mosaic serves another 52 communities in Kansas. A little later, a Pittsburgh filmmaker turns a nightmare into big screen dreams.
And rain continues tonight through the rest of the weekend. I'll have those details coming up. Well, we've seen quite a bit of rainfall over the last couple of days, so let's go ahead and take a look at so far rain amounts. Now, we do still have additional rain chances tonight through the rest of the weekend, even through midweek next week. But so far, we've seen about 5 inches of rain, just a little over 5 inches of rain in the Lamar area, and there was some areas of flooding out there. Now, Joplin's only seen about 1/10 of an inch. Out near Parsons, 2 inches, and Miami, about 3 inches, but they're about to get some more heavy rainfall. Joplin is looking pretty good for right now. We do have additional rain on its way tonight, but you can see we've got mostly clear skies out there, or starting to be clear skies. Then more additional rain is going to start to move in over the next hour, hour and a half. We've had a few storms that kind of just blew up into this widespread rain out in northeastern Oklahoma and even parts of southeastern Kansas. Now, these storms have died down, but you can see still a few lightning strikes. So we are expecting some thunderstorms embedded in some of that rain. And then as we head into the southwestern Missouri side, you can see Grove, just south of Grove, getting some strong storms. All of this is going to continue to push in Pineville, Erie, Neosho, Seneca, up to Joplin area. All going to see some more rainfall as this continues to push in, but not expecting a severe threat. You can see where our marginal risk just south of our area, so we're looking good, at least for the weekend. We do have additional rain chances again that continue tonight and pick back up as we head into Saturday morning, 5 a.m., back up to that 20% chance of rain. By early afternoon, we're looking at some higher chances of rain accumulation, especially in the Joplin area. It starts to push further south of I-44 once we get past about 4 to 5 p.m. And then temperatures really only making it up to the mid-80s because those rain showers are going to keep us pretty cool. Now, once it clears out, we get that humidity and that heat returning, so it is kind of muggy after all the rain clears out. So we're kind of hoping to see some rain showers last a little bit longer. Now, this is going to be over the next hour. These heavier rain showers, thunderstorms, pushing into southwestern Missouri, just south of Joplin, but it does die down pretty quickly, staying south of I-44 tonight. Additional rain showers still lingering. Then we head into Saturday morning, so this is about 5 a.m. Isolated storms push in from Oklahoma into northeastern parts of Oklahoma, then make it all the way into southeastern parts of Kansas. Now, we're going to see some embedded thunderstorms in this, but mainly just some rain showers that do make it to southeastern Kansas, but mainly stick around the I-44 corridor and south through most of the afternoon. So this is now 2 p.m. on Saturday. Joplin's still getting some heavy rain, but all of this does push out pretty quickly. Then we're left with a couple more isolated storms as we head into Saturday night and through Sunday as well. Doesn't go away anytime soon because we've got additional rain chances all the way through Tuesday. A nice looking Wednesday, a couple isolated storms on Thursday. Friday is looking really nice, but with this high temperatures and just humidity, we're still going to expect maybe a 10% chance for a pop-up storm or two. Now, as we head into next week and we're back to those isolated storm chances, none of these are severe. These are just what we expect in the summertime. We call them pulse storms. They pop up just due to high humidity, high temperatures, just sparks a quick little storm and then it's over.
It's nice to see that the rain's going to move out before tomorrow evening, so we'll have a nice evening.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, still ahead, the Royals and Cardinals have a major league matchup. Plus, the Joplin Outlaws take on the Abilene Flying Bison in a rematch of last year's Mid-America Championship. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
The Joplin Outlaws are at Joe Becker Stadium tonight for a huge matchup. They take on the Abilene Flying Bison in a rematch of last year's Mid-America League Championship. There's even more on the line for this one. A win would rise Joplin to first place in the league over the Flying Bison. Abilene will be looking for revenge tonight. Not only are the Outlaws 2-0 over the Flying Bison this season, but Joplin defeated them in last year's Mid-America League Championship. Game 1 of the 4-game series starts in less than an hour at 7:05. You won't want to miss this rivalry series. The Nevada Griffins are back for their 5th game in a row at George T. Lyons Stadium tonight. But this time they're not playing anyone in the Mink League. They take on the Ban Johnson Giants, the Ban Johnson Collegiate League in Kansas City. The Griffins are riding 6 straight losses and look to get back in the win column. Maybe what they need is a non-Mink League opponent. First pitch is at 7. In the major leagues, the Royals and Cardinals have matchups today and look to snap losing streaks. Cardinals begin a 3-game series with the Cleveland Guardians. St. Louis is on a 2-game losing streak, but their ace, Sonny Gray, takes the mound tonight in Cleveland. Despite their losing streak, Cardinals sit just 1 game out of a wild card spot and 4.5 games out of first in the NL Central. Cardinals find themselves in a pretty good spot heading into the second half of the season. This one still scoreless in the first. But the Royals, on the other hand, are fighting to stay above water. Their 5-game losing streak puts them 5 games under 500 and 12.5 games out of first in the AL Central. And it's not going to get any easier now. They begin a 3-game series with the Dodgers tonight, one of the best teams in the major leagues. Kansas City needs to figure something out before it gets too late. First pitch tonight is at 7:10. Last week, the Travelers Championship ended in chaos as Keegan Bradley stole first from Tommy Fleetwood with a birdie on the 18th hole. And this weekend, we've got the Rocket Classic, which concluded round 2 today. We've got a 3-way tie for first place after day 2. Phillip Knowles, Chris Kirk, and Andrew Putnam all finished 14 under, and Jackson Suber is 1 stroke behind the trio at 13 under. Some notable names missed the cut, which was 7 under. Keegan Bradley, coming off his tournament win, is cut at 6 under, along with Austin Eckroat. Matt Kuchar can't make the cut either, finishing at 4 under.
Of course, we were just talking during the break how the weather moving in tonight, hopefully that Joplin Outlaws can get their game played before it rains.
Yeah, they've been unlucky this season with weather. Really hoping we can get this one in because they've already got a doubleheader tomorrow because of weather in the past.
Oh, wow. All right, well, that's it for sports. We're back after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Missouri officials address concerns over possible E. coli in the Elk River. We'll have the details. Plus, we'll take you to a graduation party for the first class of family medicine trained physicians in Southeast Kansas. And we'll have more from the big screen Pittsburgh premiere of a homegrown horror film. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Speaking of that, it's lights, camera, action for a local filmmaker's short film premiere. Brian Lewandowski is a Pittsburgh native whose short horror film titled The Clayman will premiere at Brick and Mortar in downtown Pittsburgh. The short film was shot in Pittsburgh on a $700 budget, leaving Lewandowski to depend on the community and his own confidence. The premiere is tomorrow night at 7:30. Tickets are on sale for $20. Lewandowski and the lead actor in the film, Travis Casey, will be at the premiere to talk with anyone interested in local filmmaking. Pretty cool.
That does sound pretty interesting.
I've seen the movie poster for it downtown.
Oh, yeah?
Excited about that.
Well, I'm excited. Actually, no, I'm not. It's going to rain for the next couple of days. Now, it is looking pretty good for the 4th of July, but until then, we've got isolated and scattered rain chances that are pretty consistent through the rest of the weekend and into next week. Nothing severe, but just dreary.
And the premiere's indoors, so it won't matter.
There you go.
All right. Final sports note.
Well, let's hope the Joplin Outlaws can get their 4 games in this weekend. The first game of the series starts in 30 minutes, so hopeful that
fingers crossed
this
the
one
rain
can
holds
at least
off.
happen.
Yeah, we'll find out. Thank you for joining us. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.